Fast and Furious and the one that should have been called FX.
This is the intro, bitch. So just watch my shit.
And that's what I'm talking about today, Fast X. It's been like a month since I made a review. I am sorry. Work has been kicking my ass. And also, I just don't want the Fast series to end. Speaking of ending, this was supposed to be part 1 of a 2-part finale. They've been saying that for 3 movies now. Fast X came out on May 19th, 2023. This movie is over 3 years old. It will be over 4 years old by the time the last movie comes out next year. It shouldn't take that long to make a final movie, holy shit. It was directed by someone, again, who I like, called Louis Leterrier. I'm probably mispronouncing the fuck out of that. He's made some movies I like the first 2 Transporter films, the weird, wacky magic movie, Now You See Me, and the very underrated Ed Norton Hulk movie. Before we get into the cast, I want to mention this movie has the most uses of the word family out of any Fast and Furious film. They say it 156 times, I counted. Even though you already know who's in this movie, I have a process to keep too, so let's find out who's in Fast X. Vin Diesel is here as Dominic Toretto. Michelle Rodriguez is here as Letty. For about 20 minutes, we have Jordana Brewster as Mia. Always gonna lump these two together. Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris play Tej and Roman. Natalie Emanuel's here as Ramsey. Unfortunately, Charlize Theron is back as Cypher. Am I the only one that hates Cypher? Jason Statham is briefly in this movie as Shaw. Sung Kang is back as Han. Returning for the last movie, we got John Cena as Jacob. 2 newcomers to the series. We got Jack Reacher, Alan Richardson as Ames, the guy who's leading the agency now that Mr. Nobody is missing. We have Jason Momoa playing the Joker, Reyes, the son of the bad guy from Fast 5. Yeah, that comes into play here. Before I get into what happens in this movie, I want to take a moment and talk about how much fun this fucker is. His mission is to make Dom suffer, but he's gonna have so much fun while doing it. A couple of my favorite moments with him, he confronts Dom for the first time and he's like stroking the pistols, like, you know, their penises. And also the moment at the end where he jumps to his car, he's like, here we go!
Here we go!
He's like so flamboyant and fun. And of course, the scene that everyone loves is the one where he's painting the toenails of the dead guys. That is some Joker level shit, and it's awesome. The movie opens with a flashback to Fast 5, and they say it was 10 years ago. I remember sitting in the theater and seeing that and just being like, no, it has. Oh my god, it has. Anyways, we're back there because it turns out Dante was in one of those cars that Dom destroyed when they were doing the whole wrecking ball situation with the safe. After that happens, we jump to present day where everyone's at a barbecue. Since we can't have it at the end, we're going to have it at the beginning. Roman is going to lead a mission in London. We don't know what that's about, but we will. The barbecue ends and then Cypher shows up at Dom's doorstep, bloody, bruised, beaten, and being like, hey, there's this guy Dante out there. He really wants to fucking kill you and hurt you. After that, she gets arrested and shipped off to a black site. I'm going to need to refer to a lot of people in one word, so I'm going to use the word crew. When I say crew, I am describing Roman, Han, Tej, and Ramsey. After Cypher gets arrested, our crew is in London, and then Dom learns that it's a trap, so Dom, Letty, and Little Nobody go to save him. While they're in the middle of saving him, Little Nobody dies, a bomb falls out of the truck, and it looks like a sphere, so it's rolling down Rome, and like, it looks like the Death Star. The whole time, Dante is talking shit. It's hilarious. And then the bomb blows up and Dom outruns the bomb in his car, which hopefully is not the closest thing we're going to get to him outrunning an atomic bomb. And they are all labeled as terrorists. Crew goes underground, and now Letty gets arrested and is taken to the black site with Cypher. I'm not going to talk about this black site because they intersperse it throughout the whole movie and it just drags it down. They eventually learn that they need to work together and get out of there because Cypher has a plan. What's that plan? We don't know. In order to stay one step ahead of Dante, Dom has Jacob team up with Little B, who's Dom's son, and they literally go on a cross-country tour to meet up with Dom. It's actually a lot of fun because Jacob is essentially just a fun, drunk uncle. Ames ends up arresting Dom, and then Dante ambushes them on the fucking bridge where his dad done died. And then they have a full-out scuffle, and it's actually really cool. There is this moment where Dom is literally beating the shit out of Dante. He's throwing him from car to car. Dante pulls out his tooth and throws it at Dom and then laughs. It's an awesome scrap. Helicopter shows up, and then Dante gets away. Before he gets away, he takes the God's Eye, and he's gonna go after Little B. We don't want that. Well, mid-chase, Little B gets kidnapped right out of John Cena's car because Dante comes up to him and just grabs him. Jacob ends up sacrificing himself and dying to clear the path for Dom and blows up all these cars. And then we have the most surprising thing out of all of it. He jumps from Dante's car into Dom's car while they're spinning out. You don't believe me? Here's the clip of it. After that, Dante crashes, Dom and B get away, and it looks like everything's fine. Nope, it's not fine. 2 gas trucks corner Dom and B on a dam. That's not good, but it's okay. The cavalry arrives and our crew is here and they're gonna save the day, right? No! Ames is a turncoat and was working with Reyes the whole time, shoots him down, and the plane goes behind a cliff and explodes. They're all dead. Probably. His friend's dead and him cornered on the dam. What does Dom do with a child in the front seat? He drives down the dam while the trucks are exploding behind him. A moment of pure sadness, Dom's Charger sinks to the bottom of whatever reservoir is behind that dam, and then him and B are on the other side of it, and Dante's like, hey, I lined this thing with charges, and I'm gonna blow it up, killing you and your son. And then the movie ends. Yep. Fast and Furious ends on a cliffhanger. I have 2 post-credit scenes to talk about. 1, Wonder Woman shows back up. Giselle ain't dead. That's cool. And of course, Hobbs shows up and calls Dante a bitch. This movie is actually my favorite of the past 4 Fast and Furious films. I don't think anything will ever beat 5 for me, but this one is a close second. I was really impressed by this film. Jason Momoa is fucking awesome as Dante, and of course every single other actor knows their parts by this point, and they're really good at it. And I will say in the end that Fast X is all the best ways fucktastic.